Hey guys, today we're going to review what we have learned in Chapter 2 because you will have a test tomorrow. So watch this video as many times as you need. Maybe there's certain problems you need help with, so feel free to pause your video, work through some of these problems on your own, and make sure that you answer any questions you have. Shoot me a message if you need to so that we can make sure you're ready for your test tomorrow. All right, so 80% of $5 equals blank. Okay, so we know to solve for 80% of 5, we would change our 80% to a decimal. So we would put 0.80 multiplied by 5. And 0.80 times 5 gives us 4. So it would be $4. Okay, what is 15% of 20? So we would change 15% to a decimal. 0.15 times 20, and 0.15 times 20 is $3. Okay, if we're finding 180% of $5.30, then we would change 180% to 1.80 multiplied by 5.30. And 1.80 times 5.30 is $9.54. Okay, let's look at these three examples for examples 4 through 6. So what percent of 8 is $2? Okay, so if you remember when we done percent proportions, we done percent over 100 equals is over of. And I encourage you to use that for these problems. Okay, so in every one of these, we're solving for the percent. So we're going to have x, because we don't know the percent, over 100 equals, okay, we can see that our of is 8, and our is 2. So 8 times x is 8x, and 2 times 100 is 200. And to solve for x, we would divide by 8 on both sides of our equation. And 200 divided by 8 gives us 25. So x is 25, which is our percentage, 25%. Therefore, 25% of 8 is 2. Okay, and our second one, we're going to have x over 100 equals, and our of is 20, so that's on the bottom. 14 is our numerator. So 20 times x is 20x. 14 times 100 is 1400. We would divide by 20 on both sides of our equation, and x would equal 70%. In our last one, we're solving for what percent of 88, so 88 is on the bottom in place of, is 49/28. So 88 times x is 88x, and 100 times 49.28 is 4,928. We divide both sides of our equation by 88. And for x, we get 56%. Example 7. Vivian has a new beaded necklace. 22 out of the 44 beads on the necklace are blue. So what percentage of beads on Vivian's necklace are blue? Okay, so there's a couple ways of solving for this. Again, we're solving for what percentage. So you could still use that x over 100. And 22 would be your part, or your is, out of the 44. And you could cross multiply from that point. Or you could just do 22 divided by 44, which is the same as 22 over 44, and that gives you 0.5. So 0.5 as a decimal is 50%. So 50% of the beads on the necklace are blue. Okay, in example 8, just kind of making sure we still remember how to interpret points on a graph and what they represent. So it says a witch brewed a magical invisibility potion. The graph shows the proportional relationship between the amount of potion the witch drinks, X, and the amount of time she is invisible, Y. So what does the point 8, 10 represent? Okay, so remember that 8 is your X value. So that means it's representing whatever is being represented on this X-axis down here. Okay, so our X-axis was representing the milliliters, and the 10, which goes over here to this Y value or Y-axis, is representing minutes. So you're looking for 8 milliliters and 10 minutes. Okay, so again, 8 milliliters, 10 minutes. So the second option would be the correct answer. Okay, what is the percent of change from 5 to 2? Okay, so to find any percent of change on any problem, we do the amount of change divided by the original amount. So to find the amount of change, we're subtracting the two numbers. So 5 minus 2, and the original amount was 5. 5 minus 2 is 3, divided by that 5, which was the original amount. 3 divided by 5 is equal to 0.6. So to change that to a percent, we move that decimal 2 places to the right, which gives us 60%. Don't forget, sometimes the question is going to tell you if it's an increase or a decrease, but if it doesn't, you need to look for that. So from 5 to 2. So if we went from 5 over to 2, is 5 to 2 an increase or a decrease? Well, if you went from 5 to 2, then you went down. So it's a 60% decrease. Example 10, what is the percent of change from 75 to 12? So again, we do the amount of change, so 75 minus 12, divided by the original amount, so it was first 75. So 75 minus 12 equals 63, divided by that original amount of 75, gives us 0.84. And we change that 0.84 back to a percentage, so 84%. And from 75 to 12 is a decrease. It just went down in number. Example 11. This summer, due to some renovations, a sports club has 65 members. The club's records indicate that this is 25% more members than it had last summer. How many members were there last summer? Okay, so we have increased it. Okay, so since it's 25% more members, we could say 0.25 times X. That tells us just how much it increased by. But then we have to add that to what it was already, the original amount, which then should equal the 65. So remember there's an imaginary 1 here. So 0.25x plus 1x is 1.25x, which should equal 65. So to solve for x, we divide by 1.25 on both sides of our equation, which gives us x equals 52. So there were originally 52 members, and then there was a 25% increase in members. So now there are 65 members. So that last year there was only 52 members. For a school project, Franklin is investigating cell phone use in his hometown, Ashland. So far, he has found that the residents of Ashland use their cell phones for 607,755 minutes this year. Compared to last year, that is 25% less. For how many minutes did the residents of Ashland use their cell phones last year? Okay, so if they used 25% less, then that meant they used 75% of the original amount, which we're going to call X. And when they used only 75% of that amount, they used this year's amount of minutes of 607,755. So to solve for X, we'll divide by 0.75 on both sides of our equation. And 607,755 divided by 0.75 gives us a total of 810,340 minutes. Okay, the original price of a rowboat is $60. How much will Roger pay if he buys it during an 80% off sale? Okay, so remember, you're familiar with this 80% off, that's finding a discount. Some of you know how to solve this problem using 20% so that you don't have to go back and subtract that discount. If you're comfortable doing that, then by all means do that. If not, for getting 80% off, then we're finding 80% of the original amount, which is $60. So we write that as 0.80 multiplied by 60. And 0.80 multiplied by 60 is $48. Now always make sure you go back and know, what is that $48? Okay, if you're not sure, go back to your percentage. What was 80% representing? Well, it was representing the amount off. So this is our discount. However, the question is not asking us for the amount of the discount, but how much he actually paid. So for that sale price. So we need to take our original amount of 60, subtract our discount of 48, which gives us a sale price of $12. Okay, which coupon will save Sue more money on a watch originally priced at $56? So the first coupon just gives us $10 off. So to solve for that one, we just take our 56 and we subtract 10 to see what we would pay, which would be $46 because we were just subtracting that $10. However, if we went with the 25% off, then we would do 25% multiplied by the 56, which gives us 14. So 14 is our discount. So we would do 56 minus 14, which gives us $42. Okay, so you need to ask yourself, would you rather pay $46 or $42? So obviously we would rather pay the cheaper amount. So our better deal is the 25% off. Xavier wants to buy a soup pot during a 90% off sale. The sale price is $8. What was the original price? Okay, so if he got 90% off, that means that he paid $8 by paying 10% of the original price because he was getting 90% off, so he paid for 10%. So we're going to divide by 0.10 on both sides of our equation. And 8 divided by 0.10 gives us $80. Lindsay took some of her friends out to lunch. The lunches cost $100 and she paid 9% sales tax. If Lindsay left an 18% tip on the $100, how much in total did she pay? So we're going to first calculate our sales tax. So she paid 9% of $100, which is 0.09 times 100, which gives us $9. Okay, so that is our tax. Okay, then she left a tip in the amount of 18% of $100, which is 0.18 multiplied by 100, which gives you $18. So that is the amount of the tip. Now it wants to know how much total she paid. So obviously she had to purchase the food, which was $100. She paid $9 in tax and left an $18 tip. So her total was $127. Mabel went on a shopping trip to Georgetown. She purchased a microscope originally priced at $80, but discounted 30%. If sales tax is 5%, what was the total cost? Okay, so you need to calculate your discount first because you only pay tax on your sale price, whatever you are paying for the item. Okay, so if it was discounted 30%, it was discounted 30% off of the $80. Okay, we know that 0.30 multiplied by 80 is 24. So 24 is representing your discount. So we need to subtract 24 from 80, which gives us $56, which is our sale price. So now we can find tax. So in tax, we pay 5% of the original amount, 5% of the sale price, okay, because we only pay tax on the sale price, which is 56. So 0.05 multiplied by 56, and 0.05 multiplied by 56 is 2.80, which is $2.80, which is our tax. So it wants to know what the total cost was. Okay, so to find the total cost, we're going to take the $56, which was our sale price, add our $2.80 in tax, gives us a total of $58.80. So $58.80. A store purchased a playground slide and marked it up 50% from the original cost of $232. Then, wanting to make room for summer inventory, the store placed the slide on sale for 55% off. What was the price after the discount? Okay, so they've originally marked it up 50%, so 50% of the $232. So 0.50 multiplied by 232 is $116. So that $116 is representing how much they've marked up the item. So to find what they're going to sell the item for, we have to take that $116 and add it to the cost of buying the item, which was $232, which gives them a price of $348. However, they've now had to go back and to that $348 and place the slide on sale. Okay, so they're doing 55% off. So if they're doing 55% off, then you're going to do 0.55 multiplied by that sale price after the markup of $348. And 0.55 times 348 is $191.40. Okay, so you need to ask yourself, what is $191.40? Okay, go back to your percentage of 0.55. So that was representing how much off. So this is a discount. So we're going to have to subtract that discount from that original sale price of $348. Which gives us a total of $156.60. Preston has $80 in a savings account that earns 5% annually. How much interest will he earn in 2 years? Okay, so we're using our simple interest formula of I equals PRT. Okay, so we're solving for how much interest. The principal amount that he has put into the account is 80, multiplied by the rate, okay, which is the percentage, and we write that 5% as a decimal, which is 0.05, multiplied by the time in years, which is 2. And 80 times 0.05 times 2 gives us $8. Okay, you need to check and see if you need to stop there or not. So we have solved to figure out that the interest is $8. The question is only asking how much interest. So there's no need to add that interest back to anything. So it was just $8. Bella has $70,000 in a savings account that earns 11% interest per year. How much will she have in 3 months? So again, we're using our formula of I equals PRT. So we're solving for the interest. The principal amount that she has put in her account is $70,000. Our rate, written as a decimal, is 0.11. And our time in years, since it's only 3 months, we're going to write that as 3/12. You could also write that as 1/4 or 0.25, whichever you want. So that gives us an interest of $1,925. So you need to go back and check your question. Is it only asking for the interest or is it asking for the total? It says how much will she have in 3 months? So that's talking about the total amount of money. So we need to take that amount for interest, that $1,925, and add it to her principal amount that was already hers, that she had deposited in her account of $70,000. So that gives her a total of $71,925.